I'll do you one more before I start my day. When I was in college, going to UTI, I had roommates. I was staying in the college dorm campuses, apartments that they have contracts set up with the different establishments, right? The apartment complexes in the area. And both my roommates ended up getting jobs with FedEx as like loaders. So they would start at it was really early in the morning and stuff like that, loading trucks. And they would get the trucks set up so when the drivers come in, they could go deliver their routes. My roommate would often tell me how disgruntled and how pissed off the drivers were every single day when they would come into work. They would say how the drivers would always verbally attack them and stuff because of how angry and aggressive they were that morning when they didn't have their coffee, or maybe they were just old and been doing the job for many years. One morning my roommate came back and he's telling me, as I'm actually getting up and getting ready for school and stuff, they worked the late shift all into the morning. He would say things to the extent of, man, the driver made me unload the entire truck and then reload the entire truck, and I had to take all the packages back off, and I got so upset and mad that the loader was taking the packages and kicking them around and throwing them back out and stuff because the driver pissed him off. But he would also say sometimes that the driver himself would be so upset with the person loading the truck that he himself would start taking packages from certain areas when it wasn't set up right in specific locations, and would just throw them into the side of the truck and kick them into the side of the truck and kick them out of the truck to turn around and throw everything back in the truck. So a lot of people that say USPS or Amazon or somebody like that are the only people doing this type of stuff, it's not true. It just all depends on the type of facility, how the people are being treated, how long they've been doing the job, how disgruntled they are, have they had their morning coffee and stuff like that, and the quality at which the employee is that the people are hiring. So it's not just a USPS thing as well. The amount of stories that I was told over and over again, especially around the holidays when people are having to deliver even more packages than normal, when they're really loaded up with work, especially in the middle of routes, having to call other drivers that had finished early to come help them finish delivering the packages in their routes. It's kind of crazy how everything is handled. Expensive items like TVs and things like that are being delivered. Just specific situations that are very sensitive items that get damaged in transport just because of the fact that people are human. People are evil. People are sinful. There's oftentimes, during stressful situations, little regard for the consumer side of where the package is actually going and what could possibly be in that package, regardless of how little or how big that item is, how cheap or how expensive it is. You're at the mercy of basically however mindset, attitude, the loaders is in that morning, and the mindset, attitude, and just overall aura that the driver is in that morning. So it doesn't always just come down to the corporation packaging it to giving it to them, then them delivering it to your house. Sometimes it is actually the delivery person themselves that completely destroys the package. So you can see my last few videos of me actually unboxing something from Amazon that was supposed to be boxed that ended up in plastic bags with the boxing around the items destroyed, then contacting Amazon and going to USPS and talking to them individually, and then the third video here talking about my situation and interactions with people in general that have worked for these types of facilities. The amount of stories and just the cringe-worthy reality of behind how our delivery system, the service to the public, actually works is I don't think it'll ever be fixed. And just I hope the driver that comes in that morning has his cup of coffee, and I hope the loader that's loading the truck doesn't piss the driver off. And I hope the driver doesn't piss the loader off when he tells him to reload the truck entirely from start to finish because he's having a bad morning. These situations happen far too often, and you know, it's sucks because as the consumer, we have no way of controlling it. We're at the mercy of those people. The only way that we would have control is to actually start supporting local places and going to local places and buying our items directly from them and not off internet-based sources. But unfortunately, a lot of businesses have went out of business because of how cheap you can order things online and how convenient it is to fit into our daily lifestyles by ordering offline and not taking that extra time to go to places and buy things. I think this all goes back to you know, supporting the local economy, supporting your local stores and places that you can do business where you can see somebody face to face and see how the item's being handled. Yeah, so there's another story about delivery type situations where I've interacted with people that work at these facilities that have been a part of my life at some point. I thought you guys would not necessarily enjoy that story, but find it quite interesting that it's not just one type of facility. It's all these types of facilities have to go through this. It's not just Amazon, it's not just USPS, it's just not FedEx, it's not, you know, UPS, it's all of them that have to deal with these types of situations. And unfortunately, there are specific people that have been working with some of these companies for so long that even when they do something wrong, they typically won't be fired because of it. You just end up claiming another package, or they end up paying for it, or you're just inconvenienced and SOL. Yeah, leave me your thoughts, guys. Ironically, I'm leaving the gas station for making this video, and these two guys show up. So I actually step out of the vehicle right here, and I'm talking to these two young gentlemen that are the drivers of these trucks, and they were saying exactly what I said in this video. I just ran by them just for accuracy purposes and my thoughts on everything, and just kind of relaying the message just to you guys exactly like it's happening in the industry. And these guys are said 100% spot on. It comes down to who they're hiring, how that driver's feeling that morning, you know, how much workload is put on the facility to get the product out. And it just seems like people don't care anymore. And I feel like Amazon controlling a big portion of the market, they just do whatever the hell they want and nobody has to answer for it. And he said, when we receive Amazon packages, the way we get them is how we have to deliver them. We can't not refuse to deliver it. We have to attempt unless it's unsafe. So if it's safe for me to deliver it, and when you get that oil pump and there's oil all over the box and stuff like that, but it's not going to damage anybody else's product on my truck, and I can put it somewhere to deliver it to you safely, I'm delivering it. It's my job. I have to do that. It's up to you to go for your return or to try to fight for whatever you feel is not right about the product. And he said, we see it all the time coming from other packaging sources before it gets to us, and packages are just completely destroyed. It's not us doing it. Yes, it does happen. Yes, there are pissed off drivers that do damaged products, that there are loaders that do damaged products and stuff like that, and nobody seems like they want to control it. It was kind of surreal doing that first portion of the video for you guys and then seeing these guys pull up and then talking to them, and the two drivers of these trucks reconfirming everything that I said is 100% true. It's better to just go to somebody and do business with people face to face. I don't know. Y'all be blessed.